You know, everyone talks about Melbourne's coffee culture. It's legendary, right? World renowned.
Oh, absolutely. It's a global benchmark.
But what if I told you, based on our deep dive today, that the real secret isn't just the beans or the baristas?
Mhm.
It's actually this really complex mix of post-World War II policy, migration, and just this basic human need to connect. That's what
Yeah,
we're digging into.
exactly. We're looking through the sources, articles, research to unpack how Melbourne went from, a mostly tea-drinking place to this coffee powerhouse.
Yeah.
And it wasn't some grand plan. It was more like a beautiful accident of different cultures coming together.
Right. So our mission today is to explore how that humble espresso machine and, importantly, the resilience of immigrant communities basically brewed up a social revolution, changed social life, changed the city itself. And we want to find those surprising layers under, say, your perfect flat white.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. After World War II, Australia had this populate or perish policy. Sounds pretty dramatic.
It was. Driven by security concerns, definitely, but also this huge push for nation building. They needed people.
Huh.
Badly.
So how did that government push for population actually set the scene for, well, coffee? Seems like a leap.
Well, here's the fascinating part. The government wanted to integrate all these newcomers. You had over 170,000 displaced persons, then later waves of economic migrants, lots from Italy and Greece.
Okay.
But the actual programs to help them, maintain their own culture, they were pretty insufficient, honestly, barely there. So that created this profound void. Imagine landing somewhere new language, totally different customs. You'd be desperate for something familiar.
Absolutely. A sense of home.
Exactly. That need for community, for meaning it wasn't top down. It came straight from the people. A real grassroots necessity.
Okay, I see. So that human need for home, that became the spark, which somehow leads to coffee.
Precisely. And this is where it gets really interesting, as your sources show. Enter the Italian migrant.
Right, and they didn't just put micelles, they brought the espresso machine.
Bingo. And Lygon Street in Carlton, suddenly in the 1950s, it starts transforming. Cafes, gelaterias popping up. It becomes Little Italy.
And it wasn't just about a new drink, was it? It was like importing a whole new way of socializing.
Totally. Pellegrini's Espresso Bar, founded in '54, is such a key example here. The brothers who started it, their whole aim was literally bringing a sense of home.
Wow.
Think about it. This was a huge shift from the old British tea rooms or the pub culture. Espresso meant quick chats, standing at the counter.
Less formal, more connection.
Exactly. A proper third place, not home, not work, but this other essential space, a public living room almost, a place to belong.
Now, it's easy to just credit the Italians, and they were obviously crucial. But your sources point to another really vital thread here. The Greek community.
Yes, absolutely vital. While the Italian cafes were maybe carving out that high-quality espresso niche, the Greeks were doing something equally important over on Lonsdale Street, also building that sense of home.
Okay, so how did their contribution differ?
Well, if you connect the dots, Greek entrepreneurs were often introducing those American-style milk bars and cafes.
Ah, milkshakes and hamburgers.
You got it. It was almost like a Trojan horse for American culture, alongside the coffee. These places were often multifunctional, jukeboxes, snacks.
Right.
They became these really convivial oases, as one source put it, attracting a much broader slice of Australian society, especially young people.
So it's not just one story then, it's this blend.
It's a fusion. It's the Italian focus on espresso quality, plus that Greek-American tradition of the sort of all-purpose social diner. Both were shaping Melbourne's cafe scene.
That makes sense. But it couldn't have been totally smooth, right? Post-war Australia was pretty conservative. Weren't people suspicious of these new European places?
Oh, definitely. There was initial resistance. Your sources mention media sometimes painting these new bars as hotbeds of vice, a bit sensationalist.
Okay, so how did they win people over? From vice to beloved institution?
Well, despite the suspicion, these cafes and milk bars offered something important. They were safe, they were friendly. Crucially, they were family-friendly, unlike many pubs back then.
A different kind of space.
And they offered this sort of affordable encounter with luxury, a taste of something different, something European, but accessible. So gradually, they shifted from being niche to being mainstream.
And that grassroots shift also changed the city itself.
Absolutely. It revitalized urban areas, especially those famous Melbourne laneways. It really laid the groundwork for the city's character we know today, that vibrant feel.
So when you pull it all together, Melbourne's journey to coffee capital, It's like a mini story of Australia embracing multiculturalism itself, isn't it?
It really is. A testament to ingenuity, resilience, that human need again.
Yeah.
And, that flat white urbanism aesthetic, it's exported everywhere now. But it's so important to remember the soul behind it. It's rooted deep in that post-war migrant experience, creating community, creating belonging from scratch in a new land. Sometimes the modern brand can kind of gloss over that complex, powerful history.
That's a great point. So next time you're sipping a coffee, maybe pause and think about all those layers inside the cup: policy, struggle, migration, connection. Makes you wonder, what other everyday things have these incredible hidden depths? Definitely something to ponder on your next deep dive.